A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 14, verses 1 to 6. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. One time when Jesus went for a Sabbath meal with one of the top leaders of the Pharisees, all the guests had their eyes on him, watching his every move. Right before him, there was a man hugely swollen in his joints. So Jesus asked the religious scholars and Pharisees present, "Is it permitted to heal on the Sabbath? Yes or no?" They were silent. So he took the man, healed him, and sent him on his way. Then he said, "Is there anyone here who, if a child or animal fell down a well, wouldn't rush to pull him out immediately, not asking whether or not it is the Sabbath?" They were stumped. There was nothing they could say to that. The Gospel of the Lord. Reflections on the Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 14, verses 1 to 6. Today's Gospel presents another confrontation between Jesus and some religious leaders on a Sabbath. Luke recorded 5 Sabbath healings of Jesus in his Gospel. Jesus is invited to have a meal in a Pharisee's house on a Sabbath day. The word Pharisee means separated one. They taught in synagogues and were self-appointed guardians of the law of Moses and its observances. Most of the scribes who studied, interpreted, and taught the law belonged to the group of Pharisees, and hence they were often paired in the Gospel. Luke presents the Pharisee inviting Jesus for the meal as a trap set for him. As he says, they observed him closely. They observed him because they had set a sick man there in the house with an almost certainty that Jesus would heal him, despite the day being a Sabbath. The man was suffering from dropsy, an accumulation of fluid in the body. Only Luke names this illness. Remember, he was a physician and had the knowledge about the illness. Here we have the first lesson. Stand firm for the cause of those in need. Even if your stand is not appreciated and you become quite unpopular. As expected, Jesus melts before the human sufferings. He immediately throws down a challenge. Is it lawful to cure on the Sabbath or not? That question did not deserve an answer because the traditions held that treating illnesses was a medical profession, and on a Sabbath it was not lawful to do one's profession. No one dares to answer. An yes would mean they fell into their own trap, and a no would mean they have little concern for the man. Hence, silence was their safest response. But Jesus healed the man on the spot and sent him off. Jesus then turns to his critics with a challenge. Who among them would not rescue their children or their animal if they fell into a well, even if it is the Sabbath? That touched their lives, and they knew they were in trouble on account of their own rules. Jesus was moved by compassion and not by the law and traditions. How often have we failed to go to the help of a person because we were afraid of what people might say or how they might judge us? They may even throw church rules and commandments on our face as criticism. But no one who acts out of genuine love for others can go wrong. A truly loving act can never be sinful